Hello everyone. Today I have here a very interesting plant, Kalanchoe pinata. In Cuba we call it SIEMPREVIVA, leaf of life. In many other countries it's also known, but so many different names, too many to mention. Among them, leaf of life, wonder leaf. This plant is used for medical purpose. People use it as a medicinal plant. I will not recommend any plant to be used as food or medication without you consulting a healthcare professional. But in this case, I'm going to give you some information about this plant for general knowledge, but please do not take any advice as to eat or drink or use as medication or food any plant without consulting your healthcare team. But let's move from that and show you the plant. In this case, if you look closely, you see the mother leaf lying in the ground there. And from the edges of the plant, the little plantlets grow. Let's see it. You can see it better in this water plant here. And in this one, those plantlets are growing to be plants already. So the way to plant this plant is actually to get a leaf and put it horizontally in the ground and keep it very moist in soil, or you also can grow it in water. The water must be not chlorinated, and this plant requires a lot of light. As you can see, the leaf in these plants that I am showing here are light green, and they don't have a reddish color around the leaf. That means the plants are not receiving as much light as they need. If you provide a lot of sun, you will start seeing, like in this case, some reddish around the leaf that will become more colorful depending as the amount of hours of sun the plants receive. You could grow it indoors by a window and it will be almost the same as it's grown outside. Given the right conditions, this plant will flower just beautifully. The flowers are pink, they look like bells, they are so adorable. But very few people ever get to see these plants to flower. And the reason is because in order for them to flower, they need to receive a lot of sunlight and water. Although they are drought resistant, they love to have a lot of water. Some people have used this herb, or not this herb, this plant. The leaf, small amounts of it are used as tea, and people claim that cure anything from cancer to many other conditions. And also the leaf make into a paste, can be used in the skin for inflamed veins that are swelling or any injury. This is claims that you can read all over the internet. I personally tried it once for a health problem due to diabetes in my foot, and it did work. But as I said, again, I do not recommend you to follow any medical advice. Don't try this at home without talking to your professionals. Nevertheless, let's continue to show you. So you could grow it in water. Just remember the water not to be chlorinated. And you can grow it in soil. You can grow a plant in a very small pot. So it's very easy to grow as long as you provide the basics of lots of light. This is one of those plants that require lots of lights. Artificial lights work very well. Window light works perfectly, and being outside, they love it. So I do have this plant available. I am in Scarborough, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I do sell this plant. I sell the leaves, I sell the small plants, and I don't always have it available because it is a slow growing plant. And here in Canada, we don't have the summers so much you have over there in Florida. And basically, plants do not grow the same here. But they could, if you are able to provide the right conditions, like the summer outside. Balconies are fantastic for plants, or if you have a window that provides a lot of lights, or the artificial lights. Nowadays we can buy online so many lights, and they do work well for plants. But if you have any questions, do not hesitate to leave me a comment. I always growing plants and dealing with animals, and I also have animals, small animals that I used to rescue, birds, and some of them were not able to leave, so I am always extremely busy. So I ask your pardon if I don't answer as soon as other people do, but I leave basically on a clock, running between my rescue animals and so many plants, over 700 plants, and it's very difficult for me to find free time, even during the pandemic and with all the COVID and things where people are saying, "Oh, I am bored. I don't know what to do." Well, one of the things I ask God every day before I died, I want to have a day I can say I am bored just once. Just once, I want to say a day, I don't have anything to do. That is one of my dreams and aims in life, but it's not happening.